Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Want to talk about the hip hop albums released March 6, 2020, what they had to do with LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, and also want to talk about the Lakers beating the Bucks. This was about as easy of a read as you'll ever get in the world of rig sports. The Lakers picking up their 48th win over the Bucks, a no-brainer. The Bucks staying on 53 wins in Los Angeles, a no-brainer. LeBron dropping 37 points in 37 minutes against Milwaukee. Just more evidence of the script. We're going to talk more about this game, but first I want to talk about the hip-hop albums that came out. One was dedicated to LeBron James on the same day as this game. And March 6, 2020, there couldn't have been a more LeBron James day, and we'll get to why, reminding about the history of his NBA career and his first championship once upon a time. Again, to see through the world of scripted entertainment, rig sports, you need this knowledge of Gematria to prove what your eyes are already seeing. So, March 6, 2020, it's a leap year. March 6th is the 66th day of the year. If you've read my book, Chapter 3, talk a lot about LeBron, 66 and 666. So again, March 6th, 66th day of the year because it's a leap year. Number of the beast, 66. 666 is the 36th triangular number. Think about the date, March 6th, 36. The album LeVon James came out in tribute to LeBron. And you'll notice the cover artwork, King Von in a Lakers jersey with the number 64. And you can see up on the game clock, 64 minutes as well. What day do the NBA Finals start this year? They start on June 4th, 6-4. Now, with regards to March 6th being the 66th day of the year, remember, LeBron equals 66, LeBron James 66, Lakers 66, King 66. The last game LeBron ever played for the Cavs before he joined the Lakers against the Lakers. For the Cavs and the Lakers, it was their 66th game of the season. 113 points were scored. 113 points 113 points were scored that game by the Cavs 113 days before LeBron joined the Lakers on July 1st. And I'm always educating about 113 in the NBA. Just talked about it yesterday in Steph Curry's return with his team losing with 113 points the day before this game was played. Notice the Lakers won with 113. The National Basketball Association 113. So many rituals done around this number. But again, yesterday was the 66th day of the year, the day of this album, the day the Lakers beat the Bucks. And don't forget that LeBron won his first ever NBA Finals in the 66th NBA season, which was a shortened season where they played just 66 games. This is all a tribute to the King, who the league is built around at this moment in history. And again, for all of you who think that, the people who run these leagues, they need revenue and more ticket sales and they have to push series to get more money, you're wrong. It's all ritual to these people. These people have all the real wealth in the world. Again, here in the United States of America, our paper is backed in nothing. There is no gold backing our money anymore. It's all backed in our faith. We got rid of the gold standard in 1974. Money's just a thing to control us, just like sports games are a thing to control us. It's all ritual with these people. So when critics come around and say, oh, they would never shorten the league to 66 games for LeBron, you're dead wrong. They sure would, and they sure did. Huge number with LeBron's career. We've talked about it a million times. So again, this is why the Lakers beating the Bucks was about as easy of a pick as you could ever get yesterday. It was all about LeBron James yesterday, plus all the numbers were there that we talk about routinely with how the games are scripted. Now here's one of my favorite stats from, years ago. Notice the Cavs won with 113 points in this game. They beat the Raptors 113-87, and ESPN put up this stat. Cavaliers win series 4-2. James, first player since 1966 to reach 6 straight NBA Finals. So first player since 66 to go to 6 straight finals, 666. The last player to do it was Bill Russell, and both LeBron James and Bill Russell equal 42. And if you know Revelation, where the number 666 is taught about, the beast rules for 42 months. So, coming back to this album right here, King Von, LeVon James, notice, King James and LeVon James have the exact same gematria in 3 of the 4 ciphers, the exact same in 3 of the 4, including in the most pure cipher where they both sum to 35. Like I told you, when LeBron signed with the Lakers, I said he'll have a bad first year there, which he did. And I said this year will be a very special season because he'll be 35 years old this season. LeBron James is 35 years old right now. King James, 35. The real King James became a Freemason at age 35. But just realize, the cover of this album, LeVon James, overlap in 3 of the 4 base ciphers, not an accident. Again, if you're new here, the 4 base ciphers, the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, the reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. Got to know all 4 ciphers. Remember when LeBron beat the Warriors in Game 7 on the real King James's birthday, the Warriors went down with 89 points. LeVon James is 116. The Boule is going to turn 116 years old this year. The Boule. LeBron, his tattoo on the chest, looks a lot like the Boule symbol. Kobe's death had everything to do with the Boule. Kobe was Boule. His father was Boule. LeBron, and probably many other players in the league, Boule. Okay, so again, you got that 64 number on the jersey. You got 64 minutes on the game clock. The finals start on 6/4. If you saw my work on Kobe Bryant equals 41 and 157. He died at age 41 on his 157th day of his age. There were a whole lot more 41s and 157 coded into the ritual. But from LeBron's birthday to the start of the NBA Finals is 157 days later. And don't forget the All-Star game was Team LeBron versus Team Giannis. And it was in tribute to Kobe, and they played without a game clock, and it was the first team to score 157 points. Team LeBron won, scoring the 157. Now, the rapper King Von, his birth name is Devon Bennett, which equals 64. Again, to go perfectly with the jersey number he's wearing and the minutes on the clock. So this is why they would choose this rapper to do this album in this year. Because again, it's all ritual. And to fully understand the ritual, you have to have gematria. It just connects all the dots. Notice his birthday is 8/9, like King James is 89 with the alphabetic order. And if I forgot to say so, the Boule will turn 116 years old this year on May 15th. The only place where you don't have the King James, LeVon James overlap, the Boule turns 116 May 15th, 15/5, like how Team Giannis scored 155 points in the All-Star game. Here's the day that LeBron beat the Warriors in Game 7, coming back from down 3-1. Did it on the real King James's birthday, Juneteenth. Helped a lot of people win a ton of money because I said LeBron will come back from down 3-1. He will win on the real King James's birthday. And people were all over me when they were down 3-1 because I'd guaranteed all year that the Cavs were going to win the finals that year. People thought it was over. I said, nah, get your money, man. 40-1 odds right now. Get it. They got it. So another album that came out, Lil Uzi Vert. A lot of people point out that if you say Lil Uzi Vert over and over and over, it starts to sound like Lucifer, which is interesting. Remember, Lucifer sums to 74. It's the 74th NBA season. Kobe Bryant was born when the Boule was 74 years old by the numbers. Again, Kobe's death has everything to do with the Boule. Masonry for black entertainers. But this rapper, Lil Uzi Vert, he is from Philadelphia, like Kobe. And remember, LeBron passed Kobe in points scored in Kobe's hometown in Philly. Go back and watch my video before LeBron passed Kobe. I showed why he was going to do it that day in Philly, what it had to do with the number 54, Kobe being Bryant 54. Of course, LeBron passed Kobe, scoring the 54th points on a court with a black snake on it. Then the black mamba dies the next day. And then LeBron gets his 24th tattoo on his body of a black mamba. All number rituals. Shows that these men are controlled. They can't even choose what's tattooed on their skin. Anyhow, the name of this album, Eternal Take, Gematria of 113 and 41. There's that 113 again, right? Kobe Bryant, 113 and 41. Reverse 211 like Black Mamba. 76 like the 76ers. He's from Philadelphia. Kobe's hometown. Remember, Kobe's helicopter was a Sikorsky-S-76, supposedly, that he crashed in. Black Mamba 67, the reflection. Calabasas equals 67. He died on a date with 67 numerology, the blood sacrifice number. Kobe did. Don't forget when LeBron first joined the Lakers, you had two former UCLA basketball players drop dead that same week, one with 67 named Gematria, the other died on July 6th, the date that can be written 6-7. Blood sacrifice number, satanic number, soul number. We want the shoes with the souls on them. Don't forget Kobe died on his 41st day of his age either, because all of these albums and this game yesterday, it was played a span of 41 days from Kobe's death. So this game, and don't forget, in light of points scored, the all-time points leader is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He played for the Lakers and Bucks. Abdul-Jabbar equals 74, 74th NBA season. LeBron passes Kobe in points scored. Kobe dies the next day. Okay. So this rapper, Lil Uzi Vert, who also put out an album, notice his name's 154 and 55. King James 154 and 55. And again, this is on King James Day, the 66th day of the year. His name also has the 116 in it, like how the Boule turns 116 years old this year. 62 equates to things like Mason, Faustian bargain. Now, another person who put out an album was Megan Thee Stallion, the most confusing rap name I've ever seen because a stallion's a male horse. So it's like, what are they trying to tell us about this Megan? Is Megan really a woman? Anyway, Megan Thee Stallion, she puts out the album Sugar. And we covered her mother's death last year when she blew up. We can go back to that post real quick. Her mother's death. Her mother, who was also a rapper, was announced dead on March 22nd, 2019. And this post is from April 3rd, 2019. Again, we just pointed out then the Synagogue of Satan 223, like Philadelphia's 223. Again, Revelation 3:7 names Philadelphia and the Synagogue of Satan. Masonic 223. The name James also has that 223 gematria and satanic gematria, which is the 48th prime number. Like how the Lakers got that 48th win over the Bucks yesterday on James Day. But her mother died on the 4464 date. Again, I'm always pointing out how on the 4464 date there's ritual murders in the world of celebrity. Last year it was her mother. And we pointed out how from Megan Thee Stallion's birthday to her mother's death was 35 days. And again, rap's 35, Svengali's 35. That's the term for the evil in the industry. The hidden hand making entertainers do things they don't want to do, like sacrifice their loved ones. So we know how 35 also factors in here too with the whole King James thing. Her mother's name was Holly Thomas, which sums to 149, which is the 35th prime, so it made sense for her mother to be sacrificed for her rap career 35 days after the daughter's birthday, who was Megan Thee Stallion. So anyway, those are the key points here. And the album yesterday came out 350 days after her mom's death. 350, right? 350. Her mother died on 2/23. 223 is the 48th prime. The album is Sugar, 48. It's got 60 coded into it, which equates with the N-word. It's got 24 coded into it. A lot of 24s in the Kobe ritual. And then Jadakiss, he pushed back his album. And he ended up releasing it on March 6th in tribute to Ignatius Ice Pick Jackson, who died on June 6th, 6/6. So now this album in tribute to that man comes on the 66th day of the year. And Jadakiss said he pushed back the album in tribute to Pop Smoke, who had just died. And I want you guys to check this out about Pop Smoke. Remember, Pop Smoke died on a 41 date numerology. Let me just show you this real quick. Because again, Kobe Bryant died at age 41. There were 41s all over Kobe's death. He died 41 days after Joanne busted the Lakers. He died a span of 41 days from Shaq's birthday. And a million more. But I just want you to remind about Pop Smoke, who died 24 days after Kobe in Los Angeles. Can you see that they loaded Pop Smoke into ambulance number 41? Look at this. He died on a date with 41 numerology. His birth name is Bashar Jackson, 41. Bashar's 41. He's from Brooklyn, 41. He died in LA, 41. He died in a robbery, 41. He had 41 videos on YouTube at the time of his death. His classification of music is gangsta rap, 41. He'd just done the Angie Martinez show where he was compared to 50 Cent before dying on the 50th day of the year, and now we have 50 Cent finishing the album of Pop Smokes. But from Angie Martinez's birthday to his death was 41 days. And Pop Smoke did this song Christopher Walken in tribute. The name is clearly in tribute to Christopher Walken, who was the king of New York. Frank White, who Notorious B.I.G. was obsessed with. Remember, Pop Smoke and Notorious B.I.G. from Brooklyn, both dead in the same hospital in L.A. But from the death to Christopher Walken's upcoming birthday is 41 days, right? So there's all this 41 all over the place. And in his music video for Christopher Walken, at 2 minutes and 28 seconds, you see a helicopter come on the screen and it spirals down and crashes. So check out this music video. Go to his official channel, Pop Smoke. Go to 2 minutes and 28 seconds. You'll see it. This helicopter comes out of nowhere, spirals down and crashes, just like how they say Kobe's helicopter crashed. Now remember, 228, death equals 228. Pop Smoke died 228 days after 50 Cent's birthday, who's now finishing his album. And in the same month as Pop Smoke's death, 50 Cent had just finished his show Power, where he kills his own son. And 50 Cent's born Curtis Jackson, Pop Smoke was born Bashar Jackson. And remember, the Ignatius album, which was pushed back supposedly because of Pop Smoke, it was supposed to release on February 28th, 228, death number, in tribute to a man who died by the numbers. So just realize the entire world of entertainment is a web, from basketball to the recording industry, and this is all being done by the same group of people. The same people who control the NBA are the same people who control the recording industry. Again, this is why Gematria is so powerful. It allows you to connect the dots and understand the rituals that are done in numbers, and numbers that are put in front of your face where you're expected not to see them. You're expected not to connect the dots. Now again, you learn this knowledge, you can kill in gambling. My people killed yesterday with the Lakers-Bucks game because I'm so redundant about the patterns. You know, we talk about these same numbers with these teams all the time. And again, I mean, just the same numbers again and again and again. If the Lakers and Bucks do end up being in the NBA Finals, and I'm not saying they're gonna, but I have said since the very beginning of the season, before these teams became the obvious front runners, at the very beginning of the year, I thought this was the most likely NBA Finals this year, Lakers and Bucks. The only team I'll be really shocked if they're not there is the Lakers. There's a couple other teams the Lakers could face, but I've been saying all year this is my most likely scenario for the finals. Now that they're big front runners, there's nothing special about saying that, but realize I've been calling that since the opening of the season. Now, anyway, the same numbers, 113, just talked about it yesterday. Like I said, remember the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry runs the NBA. Scottish 113 forwards, 103 reverse. Look at your score, 216. 216 combined points. What day is Game 7 scheduled for the NBA Finals? It's scheduled for 21/6, June 21st. So if this is a finals matchup, don't forget that. Do not forget that, because this very well could go to Game 7 if this is the finals, in light of this score, which is the second and final meeting this year between these teams. Now, again, Lakers picking up the 48th win. It was a no-brainer. Staying on 13 losses in LA, LA 13, no-brainer, because Milwaukee Bucks is 48, James is 48. It was the 66th day of the year, the day of all these albums. And then again, just another huge number with Los Angeles. Just like how before the NFL season began for Super Bowl 53, I said why it would be Patriots over Los Angeles. Helped a lot of people win a lot of money. 53, huge number with LA sports. So Milwaukee comes in and stays on 53 wins in LA. As I always teach, when teams have an overlap in Gematria, and that one of those numbers can play, it's very, 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 very extremely likely that that number is going to play when two teams share a number like Los Angeles and Milwaukee do. So it makes so much sense for the Bucks to stay on 53. You'll notice this was the 61st game of the year for the Lakers. Finals equals 61. It was also the 63rd game for the Bucks, and the date can be written 6-3. Again, 216 points scored. Finals Game 7 would be on 21/6. Again, LeBron dropped 37 points in 37 minutes. Los Angeles and Milwaukee, both 37 in the most Pierce cipher. And then the Bucks fall to 25-7 away. Los Angeles Lakers 257. We just talked about how Kobe Bryant died on the 257th day of the Boulé's age. 257 is the 55th prime. Boulé equals 55. They're known as Sigma Pi Phi, which equals 55. If you take the Greek letters for Sigma, Pi, and Phi and add them up in Greek using the Greek alphabet, it adds to 55. So very fitting that they fall to 25-7 away against the Los Angeles Lakers. Remember, we've been talking about a lot with Kobe. 257 is the 55th prime, King James 55. You know, when I just told you the other week, I gave it away for free, that Fury was going to beat Deontay Wilder in the biggest boxing match of 20 years, I talked about the numbers 2, 3, and 7. I talked about how the fight was synced up with Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas's fight of 42-1 from 30 years earlier, and how Fury would get his 30th win and Wilder would stay on 42 wins. I talked about how that fight was 237 days after Mike Tyson's birthday. And again, the Lakers became 23-7 at home, 237. That is the prime factorization of 42. 2 times 3 times 7, 42. This is how it's done. This is how you learn the code. This is how you learn to get ahead of the rigging. This is how you learn to win off this stuff. Very redundant. Very redundant. Gimmies. Now, for the record, the 2 games this year between the Lakers and Bucks, they came 78 days apart. And that matters because NBA Finals is 78. So that's another thing to keep in mind. They played each other December 19th and just yesterday, March 6th. 78 days later. NBA Finals 78. If you put a "the" in front of it and make it the NBA Finals, it's 111. 11 weeks and 1 day as well. See the 2 months and 16 days? 2-1-6. What did we just talk about? The day the finals would end in Game 7. 21/6. Where's LeBron from? Sort of. You know, made his NBA debut in Cleveland, the 216 area code. Go back to Game 6, the year the Cleveland Cavs beat the Warriors in 2016. 2016, 216. Game 6, the last in Cleveland. 216 points scored in that game. Bone equals 216 in Gematria, the Cleveland rap group. Bone, using Sumerian Gematria, where you multiply the alphabetic order times 6. Cleveland 78 with the alphabetic order. It's another number that's shown up with LeBron plenty when he was in Cleveland. So, just realize this is how it's all done. 41 combined points in the first quarter. King 41, LA 41, a span of 41 days from Kobe's death. The score was 48-48 at halftime. Again, I always teach my people on Patreon, pay attention to halftime scores, because a lot of times the numbers at halftime, and this is true for basketball, NFL, other sports, a lot of times the numbers that they're communicating at halftime are telling you what the outcome's going to be. 48-48 at halftime, where the Lakers were going for their 48th win. Over the Milwaukee Bucks, 48 on James Day, 48. Come on now. All right, Truth Seeker. Till next time.